a book or maybe thinking about writing a book, I encourage you to start already thinking about how do I market it? Because at the end, a book doesn't do any good if nobody reads it, right? So as I'm here on Saturdays talking about my author's journey, my book journey is specifically about my newest book, Gumption, Sacred Whispers, Bold Moves, and the Courage to Become. Right now, it is available for pre-order at Barnes& and Nobles or any of your favorite bookstores. You can do this, and if you do this, I will give you an advanced reader's copy before you get the official book into your hand. So you can start reading, you can start becoming part of my community, and you can start learning what it takes to write a book, to get a book deal, and also market it way in advance before it comes out so you have already a head start when it hits the bookstores. And one of the things very important, for example, Barnes and Nobles here in the United States, they need to see that this book is in demand before they even carry it in their bookstores. So one of the things I am asking my followers, my listeners to, hey, can you pre-order my book at Barnes and Nobles? And when you do this, you get an advanced copy right now, and you can become part of my community and get so many perks. You are going to be invited to my launch party. You will get a lot of perks for free because you supported me along the way. And I want to give you something in return. So not only will you learn quite a bit when you follow me on how to market your book, you will also get many other things in addition. So, yeah, that's my topic for today, how to market a book. And of course, there are many different ways how to do it, right? And I'm just going to share a couple with you today. One I already did. If you have something that you can give your readers to do something. In this case, hey, can you pre-order my book at Barnes& and Noble or at your favorite bookstore? And I will give you an advanced reader's copy that you can start reading before the book comes out. That's pretty cool. And then there are many other things. Of course, you can hire someone who's doing it for you. But for most people, maybe they don't even have the budget because it's quite can be quite expensive. But here is something that you can do for free. And in my book, this is one of the most effective ways to get people into your universe, new followers, and new supporters on your book journey. And I'm interested if you could think what, or if you could guess rather, what I'm going to share with you. For those who don't know me, my name is Sabine Quenberg. I'm a communication and confidence coach, a keynote speaker, and I teach people how to use speaking to get on stages and to make more sales or get more followers. Now, as an actress for and director and producer with over 3 decades of experience, I know something about speaking and communication and performing. So if this speaks to you, you probably can already guess what I'm saying. What is the best method in my book to promote and get more followers? Speaking. Yes, you can speak on so many stages. Paid stages, free stages, other people's stages, your own stage. The sky is the limit. And if you start it in the right way, you will have no problem market your book. So I invite you to start thinking about this right now. And if you are one of the 70% of people who said public speaking is their number one fear, well, then you definitely want to follow me. You definitely want to see all the tips I give, and some of them are for free. So just make sure, come to the show notes description. I have some links there, but you can always follow me at sabinekwenberg.com. You find resources, you find a lot of things that will be very helpful for you on that journey. So, why are people afraid of speaking? And think about that. Many people say, well, this is their number one fear. Even before death, meaning they rather lay in the coffin than giving the eulogy, right? But joke aside, I know it can be very nerve-wracking, but there are very easy steps you can take to fix that and to lose the fear of public speaking. And maybe you don't have the fear of speaking, but you don't have everything in the right order, or you're a little bit self-conscious, or you feel uncomfortable, quote unquote, selling something. Here's the thing. Public speaking is nothing different than you going out with friends and start talking about something. Think about that. Think about a time that you saw a great movie and then you went out with your girlfriends or family or whatnot, and all of a sudden, say, oh, I saw this amazing movie. Oh, I loved it. And it was so much fun. And there was action. And how they made this movie, yeah, it was just perfect. The sound was great. And I loved the acting. So you start talking about it, everything that you loved. And then at the end, you said, I mean, if you love action movies, you got to see this one. Or if you love romance, you got to see that one, right? Well, you basically pitched that movie and you pitched somebody else's income. The movie producer, the actor, everyone who was part of that movie, and of course the movie theater that you pay to see the movie. But this is not different if you pitch your own product, your own book. And I learned quite a big deal from one of my mentors and colleagues, and she is really a friend. Once you get into her universe, I'm part of her mastermind. This is no other than Dr. Forbes Riley, who wrote this book, Pitch Secrets A to Z. And guess what? It is right now available. Tomorrow is the big party. And yeah, it's the big release and you can still get this. So if you don't know how to pitch, this is a good book to get. And I'll make sure I put the link in the show notes as well. But yeah, those are my tips for today. If you want to market your book, become a confident speaker. And because I want to help you, I put together a whole course about it. I call it the Confident Speaker Accelerator. And right now, it's going through a upgrade phase because through AI, we know a lot has changed. And from the time when I started first offering this course, there's still a couple things that have changed throughout, and I want to make sure it's always up to date and brand new. And so I'm through a phase, and I am starting a new program, which is, it's absolutely blows your mind. It is a hands-on coaching with hot seat where you can lose whatever you need to lose and gain whatever you need to gain to bring your business to the next level, to start writing your first book, to market your book so effectively and even thinking about how can I find a publisher so I don't have to do it. And there are differences too with whom you are working. And trust me, I have gone through different stages in my author's life, in my author's journey, from publishing, self publishing my first two books. And I did this for many different reasons. I just wanted to have a printed copy in my hand. So, publishing it at KDP, which is the Amazon part, made the most sense. So I can buy that for production price, whatever that was at that time, $3, and then I can sell it for $20, right? When I did my talks and for my students. And that's the only thing I wanted to do. Then the third book was, actually it came out of my podcast, Become, and that book Become Empowered, Echoes of Grace and Strength. And that was a compilation book with other people's stories, my stories, and I included other powerful stories. And that was a hybrid. It was a self-publishing, but I, quote unquote, founded and started my own publishing company without in mind that I am now becoming a publisher, right? To that, making that my main goal or my main new career. Not at all. However, I was able, because I have my publishing company now that is registered under my official name. So Impact Communication Coaching is my company, and under that company, I founded Impact Publishing, right? So that allowed me to get my own ASBN number. So the book now could also go into other stores. The first two books are just on Amazon, right? Because Amazon has all not the rights are still with me, but with the number that you have, because through that company, it couldn't go into other stores. So that was the next step, just something to think about. And that was where I invited other people to become part of my book. And the one goal that I had with that book is making it a #1 Amazon bestseller. And I learned a lot because I was part of a compilation book as contributing author, and I learned a lot of what it takes to become an Amazon bestseller. So I applied that to my third book, and we did. We became an Amazon bestseller, and I was able to give many of the authors, that was their stepping stone. First of all, that's your big business card. When you have a book, even if it's a compilation, and you are part of that book, that is a huge business card for you, much more effective than anyone else. And of course, for those of you who know me as the storytelling dame, you know how important stories are. And if you can share your story, that can become your signature message. And for many, it did. That led to them writing their first book. How powerful is that? You see, you can have so much impact, and you can make impact in other people's lives when you write a book. Which led me to my fourth book, which is this one, my memoir, okay? GUMPTION. Sacred Whispers, Bold Moves, and the Courage to Become, which is my memoir, but it's more than that. It is also a framework how you can live an extraordinary life. With all the things that I've learned through my life, through my career as an actress, through my career as a director, my career as a producer, my career as a business owner, my career as an agent that helped other aspiring actors get in front of agents and casting directors and start their career. And now helping and guiding entrepreneurs, authors, coaches to speak with confidence, to get up on stage with that confidence you need to sell anything. And by that, I don't necessarily mean to sell your product or your book, even though that's definitely part of it. But you can sell an idea, you can sell a framework, you can make an impact. And when you know how to structure a talk, when you know how to extract your origin story, your story that connects to a teaching point, you can not only make sales from stage, you can also become a paid speaker. I mean, the opportunities are endless. And with that said, I encourage you, if you are an author or thinking of becoming an author, to take my Confident Speaking or Speaker Accelerator. So it's the Confident Speaker Accelerator. You will learn all these things I just talked about. And if you have a question, or perhaps you have a story on your entrepreneurial journey that was very impactful, or that story is very impactful because it was for you at that time, and you want to share it in my new upcoming book, Become Empowered, Become an Empowered Entrepreneur, then contact me. Just send me an email at sabine@sabinequenberg.com, or contact me. Just go to talktosabine.com and let me know that this is what you want to do. And I will get in touch with you, or one of my team members will get in touch with you to set up a preliminary talk to see if this would be a good match. All right? So this is it for today. That's all I wanted to share with you because I thought this was very important. And now I'm going to go on my friend's live Zoom where she talks about her new book and is celebrating her book launch. And I'm going to support her on her journey as well, because at the end, that's what it's all about, right? We are supporting each other. And when you start learning that, your business will explode. And with that said, my friend, I wish you a happy rest of the day whenever you watch that. And please make sure to like, subscribe, so you're not missing another episode. I'm not only going here live on Saturdays, I also post my podcasts that I have. I post other interesting topics that has to do with entrepreneurship, with authorship. It has something to do with how to use AI in our AI world as a new entrepreneur without losing your voice. So very, very important. The link is in the description. But in any case, go to sabinequenberg.com and you will see a lot of information that leads you to the next step that you need in your life.